When a new month, people, October. Yeah, October. October has come to represent something sacred. Yeah, sacred. I mean, yeah. October is the month all humanity, joins humanity to encourage them to have their, screening, to get screened because, breast cancer is real. I'm told breast cancer in tree is nufuomukukram. Both men and women get together and both can get affected, actually. This is what I want to say. And so we need to get together and fight it. So please, we're in a new month, get a screen it. Believe it or not, we have less than 100 days to the end of the year. Less than 100 days to Christmas. 2022 will be going in less than 100 days. And this is my heartfelt prayer for all of us, that 2022 will end in tears of joy. Because this year, Charlie, has been tough. But inshallah, on God. Welcome to the show, people. This is BackPage on Citi TV. My name is Caleb Kuda. And this week, Nananum have been in the news for a bigger part of the week. Nananum, first of all, say that the illegal mining, small-scale mining, Galamsey, they are not involved.
So, let's face realities. So that the concession or whatever it is given by the authorities in Accra. The chiefs don't give concessions to people. The chiefs are there and the people come. They say that we've gotten a document from Accra to say that we've been given a license to come and mine. Who consulted the chief for him to even be able to supervise where he's going? So that. And the Constitution says the minerals under is being held in trust for the people by the president. So whoever gave that person the license to go in should be responsible to supervise the degradation of the land.
Zion. Piao. Nana, one of him. Shortly after the Otufo Secretary II made this statement, Amoatio for opinion also said, Galamsey, da.
Ghana is saying the gold nation assassin. War of my penny and some Jonas of Bombay. And Uti. And Ocasa said the presidency grab a Bonua. Galamsey. There's war commander in chief. Now small staff war. Now small Crawford and the Moko where not going to be and Koye. And yet Adama Nananum and the did Sassi Emma.
Piao. Now, one of the nephews of Nananum, who happens to serve as the minister responsible for lands and natural resources. His name is Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo. Okay, so he happened to have been in the Ashanti region, and his point is that, okay, here, let me say, he was not in the same forum with Nananum, and also Nananum spoke at different fora, okay? Good. Now, Mr. Jinapo says, okay, listen for yourself.
The devastation must have been occasioned by years, if not decades, of destruction. And the question I ask is, how could this have happened on the blind side of the chief, elders, assemblymen, unit committee members, district police commander, district chief executive, the district officers of the Minerals Commission, Forestry Commission, Environmental Protection Agency, and the members of the community? I do not seek to tarnish the reputation of any person or institution, but I dare say that even regional authorities may not be able to escape from this particular situation and feign ignorance of it.
Right. I mean, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Did you say yes? But how do you know what I'm thinking? Me, I'm thinking that because the breast cancer thing is really deadly, that and prostate cancer actually are two leading cancers in Ghana, if I remember correctly. So we should all take precaution. That's what I'm thinking. So take advantage of all the free screening exercise and save yourself, right? Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Having said that, it was interesting to watch the president's interaction with chiefs and MMDCEs separately at the same place on Galamsey. The statements from the weekend made for a great build-up to the interaction. I mean, the statements coming from Nananum over the weekend made for great interaction with the president. First of all, the president of the National House of Chiefs, Ojiahoho Nanayao JB II, he said a lot of things, but the part that touched many hearts was this one.
We urgently appeal to your government to pay Nananum's outstanding quarterly allowances. We also demand economic sitting and traveling allowances to reflect present-day economic conditions.
Look, I loved it. See, there is so much to learn from Nananum. This violence-loving generation. Violence-loving generation. You have a lot to learn from Nananum. You don't just get up and say, whatever you want, whatever I want, I get it. And nothing can stand in my way. You get me? You don't get it? Then forget about it. You don't do that. No way. Listen to the president of the National House of Chiefs again. Ojiahoho Nanayao JB II. Listen and learn.
We urgently appeal to your government to pay Nananum's outstanding quarterly allowances. We also demand economic sitting and traveling allowances to reflect present-day economic conditions.
I love how Nananum communicated their felt needs to His Excellency the President. One thing many people say they loved about this particular request is how it made us all know that, oh, Nananum too can feel the heat in the system. In their case, it will be double heat because the Kente is very, and we thought we were struggling alone. Hey, Nananum too are struggling. Then, Dr. Baumia, that means that we have work to do. We have to update the list. You understand? Teachers are suffering. Nurses
are suffering.
Zion. I think judges and magistrates, my lords, please, so how now?
I am told that the fuel allowance for the first quarter was released only last week to the judicial service. Last week. First quarter is January to March. So I cannot even begin to talk about second and third quarter. As for fourth quarter, don't start thinking about it. I think that this is very, very necessary, and the situation where we always have to fight.
Oh, okay, then Dr. Baumia, please do us the honors. Judges and magistrates
are suffering.
Zion. Now, we need to update the list. Nananum and Nanankansuanum
are suffering. In
fact, we are all suffering. I love the resilience of us Ghanaian people. Look, the country is hot. To the extent that I met this random kinky seller on the streets of Abokobi. Hey, Abokobi people, your roads are terrible. And she was talking to me as if I had promised her something. In fact, I can imagine when she meets her MP or any of those who make promises, I can imagine that she will have a lot to say to them, but just take a look at that.
Me for to bio da. Obia bampa me for to mano. Me pejuma ko mo bi papa na onu tisu no odi. Osori anopa wa ye tik be wanum na me
Oh, Charlie, mic drops.
Na wa kwat na office. Na ye see oti office. Na wa num tik be. Na wo di wo ho na wo bre. Usori osi aban musori amusi we. MP ba ho assemblyman ba ho bibia ba mu hwe ya kwai. Nsi o to ayentumi nko ye fie. Ye fie no mu nyina asa yentumi ye nya skampo to duane di. Ye ba school fees mpo yentumi ntua.
Director, cut. Director, can you hear me? I said, yeah, cut. Because the way this woman is angry, she might set the studio on fire, man. But to be honest, people are very, hungry. Hey! Kumaya shit. I'm telling you. You see, today, I'm not even doing violence. I'm violence? No. Because, look, like if the Kenke Salah gets cried, the way she would give me that people are frustrated. So I can't, Meanwhile, this woman, I didn't promise her anything. Oh. It's not like I nothing. Please, madam, I am not the one. Okay? Okay. So back to Nananum though. People are asking why the government must pay them for fuel, sitting allowance, and stuff like that. You understand? But this generation, Ankasano, you know the fear. Me, I don't want Odike's favorite chief to come and, akota me here. I don't want any Oyerboni Matabi. I understand. But if Ojia Hokwo Nanaya Ojebi II is pleading for outstanding allowances, I mean, I don't think major chiefs would need that kind of allowance. It's just chicken chains. Complete disrespect to our major chiefs. We don't even want to go there. But imagine the associate chiefs who depend on the outstanding allowance. And they happen to be in resource-rich areas like cocoa, gold, and things. If government can't honor its obligations to the chiefs like it has done to NAPCO people, but illegal small-scale miners happen to honor their chiefs with you understand? But this week, went to Malaysia, and the president, the Nadu Danko Akufo-Addo, he confessed that, look, where Galamsey is taking us now, that's not the result he desired. Where has Galamsey taken us, though? So here's a quick flavor.
Muddy and very polluted is the nature of water bodies in Wamase, a community in the Akrofom district of the Ashanti region. The destruction of farmlands is on the rise, and these pieces of land are part of the many telltale signs of illegal mining, which is on the ascendancy. This is one of the farmlands destroyed by illegal mining in the western region. Many interventions have been implemented by the government, but the activity continues to persist in these areas. It is now taking a toll on Ghana's cocoa sector. Between 2019 and 2020, the data from the Ghana Cocoa Board indicates that out of the 22,984 total cocoa farm acres selected in this region, 19,251 acres have been ravaged by the Galamsey menace.
Indeed, this is unprecedented. None of us expected Galamsey to bring us here.
Nearly 6 years ago, I have made it a central feature of my presidency to lead in the efforts to rid our country of this menace, which we all now call Galamsey. Indeed, it was an important aspect of my inaugural address of that day. It has not been easy. It has not been popular, and we have not got the immediate results that I was looking for.
Well, I believe senior presidential advisor who was in the meeting also shares in our collective shock and disappointment. I saw one of my uncles sitting behind the president while he was speaking. He's the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Wafa George Mekuduka. Wafa, please, how are you? I hope you're doing well. This is just me saying hi to you. Please, how are you? It's been a while. Anyway, let's continue. My Akonta is waiting for me, so we got to finish this. I honestly felt how gravely disappointed the president was that despite putting his presidency on the line didn't put anything on his presidency. I felt his disappointment. So when he appealed to the chiefs to support him and refused to give their numbers to any politician who would like to befriend them because they look like family, it made sense to me. It did, yeah.
One of the most significant, which I have to state now, is to seek your assistance to take partisan political interests out of the fight against Galamsey. It can only succeed if it is a truly national battle, which no one seeks to exploit for political gain, as we saw in the last election. The progress of our country depends on all of us, all citizens of Ghana, all fellow Ghanaians, pulling together to defeat this existential threat to our future.
I mean, guys, this was a good call. Another message from the president, right, was that he won't protect anyone of his appointees, any of his appointees who will be found involved in Galamsey. I love the talk. I love the talk. Yeah, I do.
You are my representatives in each of your metropolises, municipalities, and districts. You are the representatives of the president. It cannot be that the president at the national level is waging a war against Galamsey, and you at the local level, my representatives, are compromising that fight. That cannot work. I'm not here to threaten anybody, but I want you to know that this is a struggle that I take very seriously. And I will not be in a position to protect anybody against whom evidence is marshaled to show their complicity. I won't do it.
I love the talk. Again, I do. But those of you saying the meeting was a shareholders meeting, huh? Maybe you don't know the difference between stakeholders and shareholders. In this particular scenario, we have stakeholders working hard to achieve desirable results, right? Which is ending Galamsey, the impact. Now, the only moment when we can refer to our leaders in this context as shareholders is this.
I believe that if the people of Ghana see a determined effort on our part, which is yielding results, our water bodies are clearing, our landscape is being reclaimed, our forest zones are being preserved, it will help them enable us do what? Break the 8.
Exactly. After the 8 is broken, then the spoils of power can be shared. Those who will be DC will be DC, CEO as CEO, minister, deputy, PRO, assistant secretary to the PRO, assistant secretary. For now, it's war on Galamsey. I thought that was clear. But people say they find it rich that all along the mindset is breaking the 8, when the 8 itself has already broken our lives. But I disagree. I beg to differ. The president was speaking to his appointees who are political, and he was motivating them to sacrifice less for more. How is that hard to understand? Like, I don't get you people sometimes. I really don't. Or you people also don't get me? Well, after this break, I'll give you a clearer story to demonstrate sacrificing less now for more later. Welcome from that break. This is BackPage on Citi TV. My name is Caleb Kuda. I am a man of peace. I love peace. Ain't got no space in my heart for violence. Never at all. Good. So let me share with you a story of delayed gratification. It's after me, delayed gratification. Now, that's what discipline essentially means. That's what they've been telling you, right? And that's what I've been trying to explain to some people who are needlessly taking the president out of context over this comment.
I believe that if the people of Ghana see a determined effort on our part, which is yielding results, our water bodies are clearing, our landscape is being reclaimed, our forest zones are being preserved, it will help them enable us do what? Break the 8.
Okay. So here's another story to illustrate my point better.
So we were actually going to Ghana. Ghana. I've arrested him for trying to bribe police officer. This is the man.
Here for a while with us,
yeah, I understand,
and I don't think it was in the right direction for you to offer this to the police.
I agree with you 100%, but as you understand, I'm under pressure.
The perception that the perception that you have that when you are arrested by the police, you can dish out money and they will allow you to.
I understand.
It's not the best.
Guys, this is exemplary. Please put your hands together for the Ghana policeman. The policeman, he rejected a whole 400 Ghana cedis from an expert who attempted to bribe him. No. Dr. George Akufu Dampare, your men are professional. I salute you. I salute your men. This is total transformation. In fact, holistic transformation. Those of you who are saying it is because camera was on the people, no. I have seen all of you. I'm taking your distance to the distance. The day police will catch you, me, I want to be there. Abai, congratulations. In fact, I have promoted you virtually for possessing nations. When I look at the way he was holding the money, rejecting it, I can tell he's a nation possessor. You, Bob. You know, Bob, why you be Barbara? Boss, my brother, boss. Guys, help me here. Is it Mama Christie who made a song? Apim tetegu na medasu tetegu. That's something. You know that song? Well, people have been teteguing at Tetegu. It's a sad story actually. It follows the spillage of the Wager Dam. Tetegu people sorry, okay? But I really hope this unprecedented devastation will convince some of you to finally make that decision to move out completely. It is sad that those who gave you permits to build in Waterway will still be giving out more permits, but they won't build there themselves. It is also sad that this happens again. When this happens again, people who have supervised the haphazard developments in waterways will come again for photo ops and speeches. The painful part is when the discipline of some affects many more people. See, that's the painful part for me. But in all of the humanitarian scenes I have seen, this one kind of put a smile on my face. It gave me recognize that Gobe is still king. God save the king. See how they are shipping the Gaza for the Gobe. God save the king. Gobe is king. Thank you.